let's turn your trash into treasure. I'm gonna show you how to make this delicious homemade chicken stock that decimates store-bought. If you watched my last video, I showed you how to break down a chicken, and as promised in that video, I'm gonna show you what to do with the scraps. We're gonna add the carcass of our chicken to a sheet pan to roast. Now you can also use the bones from, let's say, a rotisserie chicken, or if you've been saving bones from, thighs or legs, you can use those also. Now some people will add some oil before roasting. I don't do that because there's so much fat already in the skin and all these little pieces that are left. I don't think you need it. So I'm gonna place this in a 400-degree oven for about 45 minutes to an hour. I'm just gonna keep an eye on it, and whenever it's golden, I'm gonna pull it and we're gonna start our stock. All right, our chicken bones are all roasty, toasty, and ready to go. You'll want the largest pot that you have. This is an 8-quart stainless, but if you have a larger pot, make a bigger batch. It's less you have to do later. Add your bones. And make sure you scrape off all this deliciousness. Now I'm gonna fill up the pot with water about 1.5 inches to 2 inches from the top. I'm gonna place this on an extremely light simmer for about 8 hours. I've tried 4 hours, 8 hours, 12, 16. I've even tried 2 hours. The best results I had were with 8 hours. I'm also not adding the aromatics in right now. I'm gonna add those in about the last 2 hours of the simmer. If they go for the full 8 hours, they get really mushy and they tend to cloud up the stock. But taste-wise, having them in for the last 2 hours as opposed to the full simmer time, I don't really taste a difference. For the first 30 minutes to an hour, skim the foam off the top, also referred to as scum. Also, over the course of the simmer, you may need to add a little water here and there if the levels drop too much. Okay, let's talk about veggies, herbs, and spices. You can't just throw anything you want to in the stock. I mean, you can, but it's not gonna be very good. There are things that you'll definitely want to put in your stock. There are some maybes, and then there's the things that you definitely do not want to put in your stock. Let's start with the things that you definitely do not want to put in your stock. Cruciferous vegetables. Some examples are broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, but there's also kale, collard greens. You can find a full list online, but you want to avoid these vegetables. The green ones will turn your stock green, but they'll all make your stock bitter. You'll also want to avoid starchy vegetables. So potatoes, sweet potatoes, squash, corn, peas. They'll make your stock cloudy, can thicken up, and also bitter. All right, so now let's talk about the maybes. These are gonna be your herbs and spices and a couple of things that aren't technically herbs or spices, but basically are. So your stuff like rosemary, thyme, ginger, garlic, bay leaves, parsley, cilantro, peppercorns, cumin seeds, all those things are a maybe. It really just depends on what you want to get out of your stock. Some of these are too overpowering. I think they just completely take over the stock and I won't add them. I don't add coriander seeds or cilantro. I won't add cumin seeds. I don't add rosemary because that overpowers everything, and I don't add ginger. Thyme is pretty mellow. I'll usually add that. Garlic, the same thing, and parsley. Those don't really overpower the stock for me, but you can leave those out if you want to. Everything is your choice. It's your stock, you're the one consuming it. Now let's talk about the things that are always in my stock and should probably be in yours too. Carrots, celery, and onions. These are always in the stock that I make no matter what. So let me show you how to prep these for the stock. Step number 1 is clean these really well. There's a lot of dirt on these, so I wanna make sure that I get all that off before I put it in my stock. So my veggies are clean, so let's prep them up. Just gonna take this end off the carrot, get rid of that. I'm gonna give these a quick rough chop. I wanna keep them relatively large because I don't want them to mush up in the stock. Same thing with the celery. For the onion, I'm gonna cut off this dirty root end. And I'm just gonna cut this into 4s. I'm gonna leave the skin on, and that's going into the stock as well. Just like that. And here's another tip for you to use up some of that stuff that you might throw away through the week. Whenever I prep veggies for another meal, there are certain things that I'll save. In this bag, I have some carrot peels, onion peels, and parsley stems. I'll just add this to a bag, throw it in the freezer, and then at the end of the week when I make stock, it goes in there also. It's been 6 hours, so I'm going to add my bag of scraps: onion, carrots, celery, thyme, a whole head of garlic cut in half, a bay leaf, and some peppercorns. Let this simmer for 2 more hours, and then we're going to grab a large container with a fine mesh strainer, and I'm going to ladle all of the stock into the strainer. Pouring the stock all at once can make it kind of cloudy. Now just add to an airtight container, and this will keep in the fridge for up to 5 days or freeze for 6 months. If you freeze these in jars, be sure to leave a good bit of room at the top, because when it expands, it could break the jar. Now for comparison, I'm going to show you some store-bought stock. The store-bought stock is super thin and watery. You can tell there's a crazy amount of dilution in here. Now for the smell test, the store-bought stock has a weird smell. I don't really know how to describe that. Whereas the homemade stock smells like chicken. But you can make it and you be the judge. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the subscribe button, and thanks for watching.